Well, the peninsula took a pretty big hit from the snowstorm.
Yeah, 10 on your side's Liz Kilmer's been live in Hampton all weekend long. What's it like now, Liz?
Hey guys, well, we're still seeing some trouble with the back roads, but the main roads are looking not too bad. We're going to give you a look. This is West Mercury Boulevard, where a lot of the snow has been plowed aside, but we are still seeing some slush on the roadways. And of course, the concern is that slush turning to ice overnight. But we're seeing more of the pavement now than we did even this afternoon. So I think the sun served to melt a lot out here. Earlier, we saw some people having issues stopping for red lights. The slush causes almost a hydroplane effect. So you want to increase your braking distance, and then of course just leave a lot of space between yourself and the drivers around you. Now, we've been seeing plows go by. VDOT and Public Works are hard at work. Some residential areas, though, hadn't been touched as of this afternoon. Conditions are much worse there. You're looking at video we took just a few hours ago around 3 o'clock. Now, this is how a lot of the side streets are coated with snow, thick sheets of ice. People have been trying to dig out their vehicles today and shovel sidewalks. Many just hope they'll be able to get out soon and safely. Several parts of Hampton saw nearly a foot of snow, and all day yesterday cars were getting stuck. Now, police responded to more than 80 calls for disabled vehicles, and the trouble spots were areas like this where extra snow had been plowed to the side of the road there. So those are some of the trouble spots. And then again, these main roads, though, not looking too bad while they are coated. This for now is slush. And of course, again, the concern is some of that turning into ice. So we know that Hampton City schools are closed tomorrow, and Tuesday we could expect perhaps some businesses to remain closed today. So if you don't have to work, of course, we always advise you to stay inside where it's safe and where it's warm. Live in Hampton, I'm Liz Kilmer, 10 on your side.
I'm Matt Gregory in Williamsburg, where the cold temperatures made it difficult for a little bit of the street removal in terms of things, but we've been along Richmond Road most of the day, and if you take a look at it, if you remember what we showed you last night, you can see that one other layer of that snow slush mixture has been taken away. I walked out there a little bit ago when no traffic was coming, and that abrasive seems to be doing a pretty decent job of allowing cars to stop, but if you see any slick spots like that look wet, they have potential to turn to ice tonight, and if you do stop suddenly, you could skid, so be very careful. Throughout the day, we went through Williamsburg into different neighborhoods, including Colonial Williamsburg, looking at what people were up to, and you can see right here some of the things that we saw. There was an area in Merchant Square that was pretty well cleared off. People were still out and about. They were ice skating. The crews in Williamsburg were able to clear paths for people to see the Colonial City, but the neighborhoods we went through, you could see that they'd either been plowed once or sometimes not at all. That left driveways obviously still had snow on them. And we caught up with one man who was shoveling driveways. He said he saw the sun come up and it was time for him to make some money. His name was Tracy Bay, and he says despite the fact that it's cold out, he knows there's a money-making opportunity.
I'm gonna ride around, see who else I can do for one more for the day, and that's it. Call it a day.
Now, the city of Williamsburg, their offices are closed tomorrow, as well as Williamsburg City Schools and also James City County Schools, all closed tomorrow for Monday. And that's the latest here in Williamsburg. Matt Gregory, 10 on your side.
All right, off the peninsula now, we're going to check conditions on the south side.
That's where we're finding 10 on your side. Joe Fisher, live in Chesapeake. Joe.
Well, Tom and Anita, it seems like a lot of people are getting cabin fever because as this day has gone on, we have seen more and more traffic come down the roads. We actually saw one guy on his bike today in Greenbrier on a neighborhood street that looked much like a skating rink. Behind me is Greenbrier Parkway. You can see this plow coming up right behind us here at the intersection of Eden Way. We are right by the Greenbrier Mall, and these plows are doing a pretty good job clearing these streets, these main arteries in Chesapeake. But what they can't do is clear a lot of this ice that is caked on that bottom layer of the road that's going to freeze over overnight. Still some people ventured out today, and we can give you a look at some of those people sledding. A few dozen people taking advantage of this hill in Deep Creek off Yadkin Road. We drove across the city really today. Road conditions really hit or miss. Snow-covered roads all down Cedar Road in Great Bridge. The sun did melt some of the ice today, but now it's freezing back over. Farther south in Hickory, conditions were greatly improved. They didn't see as much snow down there near the North Carolina border. Battlefield Boulevard in Hickory, very smooth sailing. But neighborhood streets are the big problem. We saw that firsthand in Greenbrier. Many people didn't leave their homes yesterday, but now they're starting to clean up just in case they have to get to work tomorrow.
Since the forecast was 8 to 12 and it came in at like 3. So we did, but I'd actually preferred the 12 inches of snow to the ice.
The back roads are kind of bad. A little bit slippery. but they did a good job on the main road. So.
And all schools here in Chesapeake are closed tomorrow, along with city offices. The toll for right now has been lifted on the Chesapeake Expressway. That has been declared an emergency route for the duration of this storm, but the tolls will be back in place come tomorrow morning, Monday morning at 6 a.m. Live in Chesapeake tonight, I'm Joe Fisher. 10 on your side.